Hello, everyone. This is the Easy Allies podcast. I'm your moderator, Kyle Bossman, and joining us this week, Michael Damiani.
Hello.
Michael Huber.
Hello.
And Brandon Jones.
My name's not Mike.
It is not. What if it were, man?
I know, this would be great.
It'd be a good
This would have to be the podcast.
Yes. Oh, you mean that you would
Kyle
kick
and three
me out?
mics. 3
mics.
Oh, okay.
Kyle and three
Three
mics.
mics and a Bossman.
All I need is 3 mics. Damiani, what is your goal this week?
My goal is to not look up at the ceiling.
What's up there? You know what? Just I imagine like some like creepy thing.
Yeah.
Just like, don't look up, don't look up.
Looks good up here, Damiani. Looking good.
Oh.
Some cobwebs.
Yeah.
Clean those out.
Michael Huber, what is your goal this week?
My goal is to convince any or all of you to join a weekly hunt.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be any.
Any.
Yeah, your odds are better to get one.
Yeah,
of
there
us
was no
than- yeah.
chance of all of you.
Yeah.
So if I can get one,
Brandon Jones, your goal this week?
I hope I won't sneeze during the podcast, but if I do, off camera.
Off-cam
To
sneezes.
completely remove myself from the desk, the camera, Easy Allies in general, and then
love that.
return after the sneezing has subsided.
I love that too because they'll watch you get up and then just hear.
Yeah.
You could do like a. You could
It'll be
do
more like a dash. It'll be like,
Regis Philbin used to do showbiz sneezes, where you can barely tell he's sneezing. You just disguise it by a laugh. Just do a showbiz sneeze.
I thought about
Jones.
Regis this morning because I did Cup
Did
of
you really?
Jones, and I started out and I was like, God, I feel terrible. And I was writing out the description of like the Cup of Jones on Patreon.
Yeah.
And I wrote in it, like, I don't feel great today. Just a heads up, it might be a quick episode. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, wait, I'm not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait a minute, it's Cup of Jones, though.
Yeah.
You got that. You got the inside scoop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the sickness.
Behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
I think Regis stuff doesn't apply to the podcast era. You know, it's
Sure.
Just, we got to be personal. We got to tell
Yeah.
people, you know, what's
We
going on.
aspire
in our
to
lives.
Regis.
Yes.
We might not be there yet.
Yeah, it's showbiz sneeze.
Wow.
My goal is to, at no point, gloat about the Patriots losing the Super Bowl.
Fly goes fly.
My goal is to never talk about when Tom Brady missed the catch and he just looked like a total doof.
Or
I'm gonna
right-
try not to do that at any point.
Or like the play before the last play, or like there was like a minute and a half left when he got sacked and fumbled it.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, it's just this. Brady just this.
Yeah.
Poor Brady.
We're gonna try. We're not gonna do that in this podcast. It's not
We're not
happening.
going to talk about how biased Chris Collinsworth is.
We're not getting. Yep, we're not getting into that. We're gonna avoid all that. At least it's my goal. You know, I'm gonna strive for that. Begin corrections music, please. Leamington Spa, Warwickshire. Yokai Watch the movie has an 80% tomato meter rating.
Out of how
Wow.
many?
Is it live action?
Out of 5 reviews.
Oh, okay.
So 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
It's not live action. It's an
Okay,
animated
Yokai.
movie.
Yeah.
And I clicked on Top Critics. No Top Critics.
Okay.
But yeah, hey, that's a tomato meter rating.
Yeah.
It counts. Gotta count it. Sora speaks at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 2. That was not Roxas.
Oh.
Yeah. And correction music.
Nice.
Pretty light. And a lot of those were like cleaning up old corrections
You
too.
mean during the CG part?
Yeah, he's talking
Yeah,
about
that's
like
Sora.
fragments of dreams or me.
Yeah, that's
Me
Sora.
is fragments of dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had the quote that began the game. We just didn't know
Yeah.
who said it. We guessed who said it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Damiani, you remind me, there's several comments that are just like, the quote actually makes perfect sense if you just know what he's talking about.
We didn't say it didn't, did we?
Yes, it doesn't make sense.
I want to line the pieces up.
So what they say is that it's Sora talking about Roxas, but Roxas is Sora and Sora is Roxas. So it makes sense to say a sentence 2 times, reversing the nouns.
You
Because
just
of the nobodies.
Yeah.
drastically oversimplified that story, but
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's Ventus?
Who is Ventus? And then I wanted to do a clarification.
Good question. I mean, we're going to find out this year, hopefully.
Because I brought this up last week when I was talking about PUBG and how like China's outpacing it and US is actually sinking. And the comments were kind to actually like help me out with this. Steam Spy is what was reported that. And so basically it was the chart I was thinking about was percentage of PUBG players, and the Chinese one is growing and the United States one is sinking. But they had Steam Spies tweeted more things. Apparently you can subscribe to Steam Spy and get like more data, but they'll tweet out things for free just to show you like,
NPDs?
here's what we do. Better than NPDs, hardcore numbers, dude. Yeah, statistics. Facts.
awesome.
Yeah, it is cool. So what's happening with PUBG right now? It is on a little downward trend in the U.S. of users. I looked at a users chart. It got up to like 2 mil, but it actually in this January it started dipping. But also China is leveling off for a weird, interesting reason. It's because Tencent got Chinese distribution rights, and then the players in China are like, whoa, I'm not buying that game because Tencent's going to come out with a Chinese version soon. And hold on, 9 million people pre-registered it on PC. Pre-registered. I'm in once Tencent releases this game in China. So PUBG's huge in China. It's growing in China. It is actually not growing in the US. Yeah. Now we know. Hard facts.
Hardcore numbers.
Yes.
Hardcore.
Reliable data.
So thank you to everybody who linked me to those tweets. Is it Z Huge X? Reset Era administrator and also just knows a lot of facts. Damiani, no? Nothing there?
I don't know how to pronounce people's Reset Era names.
Okay, all right. I think it's Z Huge. Also tweets about stuff that, which is really interesting.
Do we think that the marketing has maybe died down a little bit right now while they kind of get a foothold in China? Marketing in the US, has died down a little bit?
No, they pushed it so hard, dude. And
after Xbox, the whole Xbox push, of course. Do you think they're kind of in just a 1 or 2 or 3 month lull right now, and then they're going to come out blasting again?
Yeah, that's the thing is 2 million users is still crazy, right? I'm it's dipping in the US, but it's still huge. It's still one of the biggest games.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder too, because it's still early access on Xbox. So when that goes full release, then obviously they're going to do another huge push.
Yeah.
Never probably go back up.
There's an upcoming pack-in with the 1 terabyte 1X, I guess, with Battlegrounds. So it's cool.
Good bundle.
Good bundle. Okay, let's get to the news. We'll start with Red Dead Redemption 2 stuff because that's pretty hot right now. It's pretty hot stuff. Before we get to the steamy stuff, though, let's get to the moist stuff.
Okay.
Some moist.
Little moist.
Upward progression.
Yes. Red Dead Redemption 2 over the past 7 days has been delayed. We had a release window of spring 2018. We now have a specific release date, which is not there. It's not even in summer of 2018.
It's okay.
It is October 26th, 2018. Rockstar said sorry, but here's the release date. Boom.
And to clarify, this is the ending of the first delay. They delayed, it's not coming out in 2017. And then they went and clarified when in 2018 it was coming out. I heard from a lot of people, they were like, another delay? And it's like, we can get 2 delays. They just initially said spring, and then said not spring, and then answered the not spring by October.
I think
First delay was
one.
the first delay I thought was to spring from
where?
From the previous year because it wasn't supposed to come out.
No, because that trailer came out late. It came out the
the
same day as the Switch reveal, basically.
Red Dead was supposed to come out last year, right? Originally,
Yeah.
2017.
Right.
I don't think so. Did it?
So yeah, it was spring 2017.
So in 2016, there's that fateful day where we have the Switch reveal and the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer. And that Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer says this is coming out in 2017.
I believe so.
Got it. Okay. So
Or it might have been fall 2017.
So Jones, that's 2 delays.
When's the first delay?
First delay was from 2017 to spring of this year. They said
Yeah.
spring,
Oh,
but undetermined.
okay.
They didn't say
Yeah.
when in spring. Just like spring, ambiguous.
Got it.
And then they're like, all right, it's not happening in spring. It's coming. Here's an actual
That was the
date.
one I missed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We got it all straightened out.
Because it's funny. I went to social media and was like, woohoo, October. And a lot of people were like, you're not pissed?
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Why?
I was kind of thinking the same thing with God of War when it's like April 20th. And it's like, that's not early. It's like, come on. You know, and it's just like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Beginning of the year.
This one that's more exaggerated though. That's half a year away.
Sure.
That's a big distance, I guess. But it sounds like nobody's surprised.
When it comes to a Rockstar game, I mean, take your time.
Take your time.
It's not a developer that
yeah.
when I hear about a delay, it signals to me that something's wrong. Uh-oh. Something's not going right with Red Dead. Some is probably going very right. That they're like, oh, let's give more time with whatever this is, whatever this mode is, or
I
whatever.
don't know if something's going very right.
Well, just something like something else came up. I mean, like from my understanding, this is something that game development faces many times. It's
Yes.
like, ooh, great idea. We have 2 months. We can't do it.
You know what?
And it might have been, ooh, great idea. Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's actually, let's put in Battle Royale or whatever.
Yeah. You know what I really love, Jones, is saving the hard date You know, if they
Yes.
give me a hard date
Yeah.
and then delay it, it stings.
Right.
It hurts. But when you keep giving these windows and you miss it and you push it and you delay it and give another window, and it's like, oh, okay, it's so far off in my mind that I'm not really attached. But now they give that hard, firm release date, October 26th.
Yes.
Now I'm ready. Now I'm set. Now the hype train really begins. Now if they pushed it
Oh, yeah,
one more time,
I would
then
not be happy about that.
yeah. But they save that hard date, and I think that's great.
October 26th is cool, man. They're gonna own the fall. It's all theirs. That's gonna be the #1 best-selling game of the year.
Yep.
Unquestionably.
Gonna go head to head with Kingdom Hearts 3.
Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, it'll trounce Kingdom Hearts
What
3.
about Black Ops or Call of Duty?
We're actually gonna discuss that a little
Whatever
later
it
on.
may be.
Yeah. It's gonna crush that. It's gonna crush anything. And October 26th is the perfect, like, we own this.
Yeah.
It is like the perfect moment, and you gotta put up or shut up to be on October 26th, and they're like, yeah, we're fine, we got this.
Showdown.
Yes, I think it's interesting. It's cool, and as you say, it's always good to just have a specific date. But
I feel like games would have to fuse together to like take on Red Dead.
yes,
Combine like
Like-
Mario
and Madden,
and
they need
Madden.
join forces.
Yeah.
PUBG
Yes.
and Pokemon.
Yes,
We
PUBG,
will
yes.
We'll get you, Rockstar.
Uneasy Alliance.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the only way to do
What would
it.
that even be?
You think you can stop me? And you can't. And Red Dead would still just.
And they like throw Minecraft in as well. It's
Yes. Jones, you touched on this because we got some rumors also. This is the steamy stuff. This is strange. TrustedReviews.com is not a website we talk about in reference to rumors very often. However, they seem to have something that appears to be completely legit, and we don't know where it came from, but they said they got a memo.
like, ooh.
Yes.
A lot of memos floating
A lot
around.
of memos floating around these days.
I love these memos.
Yes. They received a memo in August of this year.
Of August of 2018?
Yes, sorry, of August of 2017. Pardon me, Damiani.
Sorry, I thought we went to the future.
August of the past 12 months. They decided not to make it public. They received all this information and they said, we can't verify this. We should not make this public.
Yeah. Good
But I guess because maybe of one of the screenshots that Rockstar put out, it seemed to verify enough of their information where they're like, oh, this is all true. And they showed the screenshots they have, which Rockstar has not released, and they're identical to the characters who have been revealed. Ooh. And so it's pretty much, that's like, you can't guess that. You can't fake a screenshot of Red Dead Redemption 2. Under our scrutiny, we would have picked it out. So it seems like all their information they have is completely true. Leaks. A completely accurate
what
memo.
does it show, though?
Okay, so let's talk about it.
Yeah,
I
yes.
didn't. I haven't
Yes.
heard about this, Kyle.
Yeah, I haven't heard it all.
All right, so we have some online modes, 3 of them. Money grab, where 2 teams trying to grab some money, bring it back to their base.
Sure.
Nice. Like in a
Wait,
bank or
we'll
something.
rob banks in the West?
Dude.
Rob banks in the West.
Maverick, baby.
I think it's kind of. It sounds like it's just kind of lying around though.
Rob that barn over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We need it, dude.
Robin Barnes. Revive and survive, which is kind of like deathmatch.
Okay.
There's 2 teams, and basically you can revive your teammates if they fall down.
Cool.
All right.
And something called Battle Royale.
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale in Red Dead Redemption 2. Something I laughed at last week now seems to be a reality, a feasible reality.
It makes sense.
Does it make sense? Explain this to me why this makes sense.
It makes sense, first of all, because the map, like a GTA map or a Red Dead map, is huge.
Yeah.
That's like your first hurdle, you know, when people were maybe theorizing that, like, oh, Battle Royale and Call of Duty. It's like, dude, Call of Duty, the maps are small.
Yes.
So maybe like Battlefield could get away with something similar. But I think Red Dead is just built with that pace in mind also. Just huge open map, slower paced game. You know, it just from the outside it looks like it could play similar to a PUBG or a Fortnite, just in terms of
It's a good point. Like GTA's got
traversing the map,
too many towers. Red Dead's kind of spacious.
flat ground.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there. But I can't get in a motorcycle. I guess we got horses.
get a horse.
Oh, we got horses.
Carriages.
Carriages.
No sniper rifles.
Sure.
Really?
Good sniper rifles in Red Dead.
Yeah, Winchester
The
with a
first Red
scope.
Dead, yeah,
Oh, okay.
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah,
No
Can't be 100 players though,
50.
Why do you
maybe?
say that?
because from my understanding, PUBG could not operate looking as good as Red Dead does. That's why PUBG does not look as good as Red Dead does.
Yeah.
You have to sacrifice some detail in the environment and the characters to make the game run with 99 other people running around one gigantic map.
And by the way, when you said, I think you were hinting at this logic earlier. They're trying to make this work. I think they want their battle royale to be huge.
That screams to me why they delayed it.
Yeah, I think that might be, as Jones was kind of hinting at, probably a big factor. Even though they were aware of this in August, that they want to do this back in August, they're like, we got to make that work. We got to get this in the game.
Yeah.
Because even in August, PUBG was huge. Yeah, I guess it can make sense. And I don't even guess. We all know it is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
It is everyone's fiduciary duty.
Fiduciary duty.
To find a battle royale mode, see if you can make it work.
What's great is that this is just a mode in one huge game. You got your campaign, you got all your other multiplayer modes, just battle royale.
Racing, definitely,
Yeah.
definely poker and cards and all. Like
We want to
lots
talk
of
about
other
some.
card games.
We got some side activities. You want to hear these?
I'm not really, but let's do it.
Wait, you want? Why? Are you spoilers on this?
No, I just wish this didn't happen. I wish Rockstar got the chance to announce this stuff, but let's do it. We're here
Because they did say...
It's our fiduciary duty to leak this.
It's kind of true, right?
They did say expect more details in the coming weeks. So, like, some Rockstar announcements are imminent.
Okay, cool.
So
I wouldn't be surprised if they spice up Battle Royale in some weird way.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
they gotta have a twist.
Yeah.
What would the twist be, Jones?
Well, you're not jumping out of a plane, so the dropping into the map. I'm very curious to see.
Who
how
said,
they
was it
do
Ian
that.
who said it?
It's me. We want
Or
to
was
roll
you?
off a train. We want to be on a
Train
train
comes
together
in.
at the beginning. We want to just have to jump
You're
off
all
the train.
criminals.
Yeah,
and they
maybe.
throw you
Yeah.
out.
But you're just not going to go very far from that train. Like,
Yeah,
you're not gonna like jump off the train and make it all the way to the coast.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be 10 feet from that train.
What if you have to like pull a heist mid battle royale, Jones, and like that will give you more points or something?
Armor.
Like
You get some Deadeye.
maybe for
You know,
your
that wouldn't work in multiplayer.
Yeah.
maybe for like your account or something. So like you can play it safe and try to just get to the end and win that way, but you're not going to win as many rewards. But like if you pull a bank robbery during it, you've got all this cash and you got
Maybe.
I just want to hold the mines. Get the dynamite, hold those resources there, and people are going to come for me.
Yes.
You can carve out new paths in the mines or something.
Speaking of mines, speaking
Oh.
of carving out mines,
Oh, here we go.
gold mining. You're gonna be able to do that in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Will
I'm so ready.
Herding. You're gonna be able to herd.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yes.
In multiplayer.
You get to be an actual
rancher.
cowboy. That is what cowboys do, right?
Oh, you're going
Well, that's
to the
why a
ranch.
lot of people in the first Red Dead Redemption, they were like, "Oh, I really liked it." They're like, "Oh, dude, that mission you do in the end where you're moving the
Prospecting.
cattle around, taking it back to your ranch." I was like, "I love that mission."
Yes.
I'm such a nerd.
You're going to have a prospecting here.
An assortment of weapon challenges. Okay.
All right.
And fishing.
Ah,
Yes.
that was not
Bear
in
is going to sneak
Redemption.
up on you while
Oh
you're
yeah.
fishing.
Definitely.
I just hope it's not an annoying. I don't like most fishing mini. We've talked about this. I don't
Yeah.
like fishing mini games. They're annoying. They're stressful and annoying.
I love it.
It's just like your line's gonna break. It's like, oh.
I love it, Kyle, because it's one of the few tasks that remains in video games that I feel special doing it because I know no one's doing it.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I do fishing to get the rewards because I know no one else has them.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to be that guy.
I 100%
stuff.
get that. Yes, I do. That's cool. Online, when you're playing online, they're going to try to have more NPCs that are around as you're playing online with each other. And they're going to have lives, I guess, is something that was stressed. Is that like the day and night cycles is like they'll shut down their shops and they'll go back in. Yeah. But even online, which is kind of cool in multiplayer.
That's crazy.
No more apartments, Jones. We can't buy apartments, but we can buy tents. And various scales of tents. When I said no more, I'm comparing it to GTA 5.
Well, you had there were like residences that you would buy the access to use. So I wonder if
Talking about online, though.
okay, just online.
So online,
this
you'll be
online,
able to
okay.
rent
I was
tents,
there
and
better
that'll be
a
like
housing game. Single
that'll
player.
be what you spend your money on, basically, is things like that. This is the weird thing. Vehicles in this game will include mine carts, hand carts, and horse-drawn carriages.
Minecart, dude.
There we go.
Temple of Doom.
Yep.
Let's go.
I kind of remember a minecart part in Red Dead Redemption 1, isn't there?
There's a part where you're pushing
Yes.
the cart. Yeah,
Oh my God.
you
Yeah.
have to like
They have
push
a water
dynamite
thing.
down into.
Oh yes.
So let's stop there because those things are absurd.
Yeah.
GTA 5 online got absurd. You're up in the sky on these weird tracks and things like that. Do you think Red Dead Redemption will get that nuts? Do you think we'll have crazy minecart tracks?
No.
Donkey Kong level minecart.
Do you mean that, Damiani? You're making a joke.
I think online they can go crazy like that for
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Like I think that's where they can do the most fun is like doing online. Not right. It's not gonna happen right away.
Yeah.
But like in one of the updates, they could do something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it really needs a PC version, which is not announced.
Right.
That's Mod City, you know?
Yeah.
So how crazy it can be.
Two things are gonna happen in that PC version, Huber. You're gonna find a DeLorean in the mine area,
Excellent.
and then you're gonna have the train.
Nice.
You're gonna do that, and you're gonna mod it so when you go 88 miles an hour, you go to GTA 5's map and sit on trains.
Like you need
You need
tease.
both. You need both games, and it will do that. Oh man!
All right, man.
Someone make that happen,
Yep.
please.
Yep.
Oh wow!
Boots the other game in the background while you're. Yeah.
But yeah, PC version is gonna have
Yeah.
that. Even if Rockstar doesn't do it, fans will do crazy stuff like that. Yeah.
And also, just like GTA 5, the second versions, the other console versions, PS4 and Xbox One, I mean, they'll be first person in this game as well.
Okay.
Yeah. That's basically the juicy stuff out of those rumors.
As opposed to what?
You'll be able to go into first person mode. And
As
play-
opposed to what other versions of the game, though? Oh, just meaning if you liked that version in the PS4 and Xbox One versions of GTA 5,
Yes.
you'll enjoy it in...
Yeah.
Because it's just PS4 and Xbox One, right? There's not going to be a 360 version of Red Dead Redemption.
Right. I just mean, sorry. GTA 5 was on the PS3 and
Yep.
Xbox 360. It's hard to remember that, but it's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So they launched
And
it.
it did not have first person mode back then. And so,
Yeah.
that's what didn't phrase it well. Thank you, Jones.
Well, one thing that I keep thinking of that you said they're not going to have it right away, they're probably not going to have online right away.
No.
No
yes,
way.
they will.
They came-
No.
How?
That's why
How
it's
will that
October.
review though? They didn't postpone the online for GTA 5 because of technical concerns. They're like there's no way we could launch it like for just a certain amount of people. We couldn't be like just you people play online. Okay, now everybody play online. They're like we cannot do that. We are not built for that. That is not the way we're going to launch GTA 5. When we launch GTA Online to GTA 5, everyone's going to play at the same time. It's going to be when the game is launched.
Yeah.
It's out. It's been out for a couple weeks.
Oh, yeah.
And then boom. So when I put my review score on GTA 5, I had no idea what GTA Online was going to be. I didn't know the modes or anything. Like I had that one trailer. That was it.
We're going to have to hold off on that score this year.
So I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised if they do it again.
Yeah.
Just for that reason that they're like, we'll just let the reviewers play. Like when you'd have to have like specific times that they meet or something, or you have to like have them all come out to New York or something and play it for a little bit. Or
Reviews have done that in the past with like sessions,
Right.
specific times where you go online and they fill it with devs and other reviewers. And
it just was something Rockstar clearly stated with GTA 5. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
So it was not like we want to, but it's just not working out. They're like, nope, no interest.
Yeah.
We think GTA 5 is good enough.
Yeah,
This
why should
online
they,
will just be
right?
better.
Yeah.
So now that there's all this expectations around online, I wonder if a lot of people are going to be burnt out by that, or if it's going to be like a Bethesda review situation where like you're going to get all these weird angsty reviews where everyone's pissed because they can't play online yet.
I think they'll come out with a trailer, Jones. You know how you're itching for that
The online,
the
yeah.
features trailer and the online trailer. I think if they delay it or
Yeah.
release it after, just have that online trailer and be like, yo, launching. Put even a date on that. Like September, November, October,
Yeah.
November, yeah.
Was GTA Online ready day one when
No.
you bought that
No.
game?
Oh, no.
It took a
It was 2
while,
weeks.
right?
5
Yes.
weeks.
Yeah. So you think this will happen again, those 2 weeks?
I'm not predicting that because I don't know if they've fixed that problem or built an infrastructure to support a temporary online community before they launch it full time.
I mean, here's what happened. Here's what has happened with Rockstar over the course of GTA 5's launch is they have made a buttload of money off GTA Online. Their priorities have shifted. I mean, I believe that the single-player campaign of this game will be great. I believe the story will be great. I believe that there won't be compromises made to the single-player version. However, Jones, this is an online game to them. This is their new online moneymaker.
Sure.
My kind of argument to that would be that Rockstar crafts really, really good single player experiences.
Yeah.
I think they want people to don't want to feel forced that they have to try and do everything at once. If online was unleashed on them right away, it'd be like, hey, we're going to hold it back for a week so that you can finish the main
Enjoy it.
story. Enjoy.
Don't rush it.
Don't try and rush online and
Yeah.
like power, get high levels or whatever like that.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Play Red Dead first,
Yeah.
beat it, and a week later, online will be waiting for
Yeah.
you once you finish or something like that.
Sounds like a Rockstar thing to me, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have online take place after the main game
Yeah.
for more context.
We're doing you a favor. Mm-hmm. You know what? You can't play this until you get to the credits. You bunch of 12-year-olds.
You have to unlock online by
Yes.
just beating the game.
Yeah.
At least people know how to play the game a little bit by then too. If you just put online day one and people just jump into it and don't know how to play at all, just like flailing around, like just they're not gonna have a good time. They might get upset. It's like, where's the story kind of like?
People learn quick.
Yeah, that's what
though.
GTA 5 is right now. When
Flailing's
people-
the best.
I think, because I really believe, I think when a person buys GTA 5 today, they're not even playing the story. I think they're hopping online with their friends
Sure.
and doing the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
They probably already beat GTA 5.
And most people, it's
Yeah.
not new. But yeah.
I feel like they're just going in for a new like console or platform at this point. I feel like
Yeah.
it's like I want to play GTA with my friends, like you said. Oh, I have it on PS3. Oh, I'll go buy the PS4 version or PC version so I can and I can just jump right online. That makes sense. When it's brand new, I think it makes more sense to like just kind of like gate it a little bit by time,
Yeah.
so people can enjoy the story mode. I see the counter argument though. People be like, well, I just want to play online. I played GTA Online. Just want to go in and Red Dead Online. It's like, well, then the game for you comes out a week later. Like
Yeah.
you're not missing anything out. Like no one can play online till that day anyway. So just wait a week to buy it.
You had that weird silhouette on the bottom right-hand corner of the UI. It's just like, this is your online thing, and you press that button, nothing happens.
Kyle, will you play Red Dead 2?
I think yes, Huber.
Okay.
I mean,
I hope so, man.
we don't have a great picture of what October and November and December are going to look like.
Everything moves aside for Red Dead 2. Everything.
I
All of
honestly,
it.
I think a lot of publishers will. I think a lot of publishers don't want to be close to that date. Yeah.
Back off.
Yeah, I think Nintendo won't back off, because it's counter programming. They don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they like Call of Duty's not going to be in October.
November, probably, right?
I think they're normally November.
Yeah.
Okay. This one's hot off the press. This next story, I had to scribble it down on a note card because it's so new. This evening, we record on Tuesdays, EVO 2018 announced which fighting games will be in the competition. And to explain this to anybody who doesn't know what EVO 2018 is or why this would be a big deal, why is he talking about a fighting game tournament? It's just EVO's the biggest of the big.
Yeah.
It's just it's basically a collection of fighting games all brought into the biggest audience they ever get all year long. It's a yearly Olympics of fighting games.
Can help a smaller fighting game thrive.
Yes.
Lifeblood.
Yep.
It's also the only fighting game event that gets coverage on TV now. Because
Forgot EVO's on TV.
It's
yes.
on ESPN.
Yep.
Now, yeah.
Yep.
This will be year 2 or 3. I forget.
This will be year 3.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And I think it was on ESPN 2, just to be completely accurate.
Yeah,
but yes.
but still, even ESPN 2 for a fighting game. it's
Yeah.
like, hey,
I watched Madden on ESPN 2 last night.
Whoa.
how'd it go?
That was on?
It was a real bummer.
Oh,
It was like the guy just got a huge lead, and then it was like a boring game for the rest of it. It was like it was not esports. It was not that intensity, and they're like,
Yeah.
"This is esports. This is growing," and it's just like it was a bummer, So sometimes you get a bad game. Okay, and as it's the yearly Olympics of fighting games, what's interesting is only so many games can get in, and we're gonna talk about the games that got in.
Okay.
these. By you mean games? You should clarify this.
Yes.
By games that get in.
Yes.
These are the official tournaments held at EVO that the organizers are officially supporting. Other games get side tournaments there. Like companies will show up, do side tournament stuff.
Yes.
These are the main games there.
Yeah.
That
Recognized tournaments.
Right. I
Yeah.
think ARMS had a side tournament last year. Fighters had a side tournament last year. But yes, these are the ones that'll get the big streams on Saturday and Sunday.
Please say Dragon Ball Fighters.
Dragon Ball Fighters is on the list.
Nice.
Yes.
Sweet.
Tekken 7 on the list. Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition, that's a gimme. That's on the list. Super Smash Bros. Melee on the list. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U on the list. Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2 on the list.
Ben is weeping right now.
Injustice 2, it's on the list.
Nice.
And Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, a game that doesn't come out in the US until June 5th.
Jeez.
Love
It's
that
on the
stuff.
list.
That's
That's
great.
so.
Yeah.
I'm really eager to check out Injustice 2 just to see how the game has changed. Because the only really...
Oh, you mean the meta?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because when I played, dead shots everywhere, got wrecked. And then I even went on Twitch and was watching the highest streams, and it was just dead shot, shooting people.
Projectiles, just
So,
distance fighting.
Yeah, so I wonder if that's...
The turtles.
Yeah, because I'm sure that just constantly shifts. Like every couple weeks, people figuring things out and patches and
The
additions.
Ninja Turtles will fix it.
Yeah.
They're coming, and they're going to fix Injustice
Are they in
2.
it yet?
No,
Okay,
not yet.
gotta play that.
Yes.
dude.
Reinstall.
Yeah, immediately. Ninja Turtles versus Batman.
So basically, another interesting part of that is that of these 8 games, 5 of them get that Sunday spotlight
At the arena.
Mandalay Bay.
Please say Dragon Ball Fighters.
3 of them don't. Dragon Ball Fighters gets the spotlight.
Jeez, stop.
Yeah.
Disappoint this man, please.
Street Fighter 5 again is probably going to be the finale. It always is. It's just extremely entertaining. Gets the spotlight. Tekken 7 gets the spotlight. Cool for Tekken again. Super Smash Bros. Melee gets the spotlight this year. A swap from last year.
Ooh.
Yep. Wii U got shafted. Yeah, Damiani and I were talking about it. I wonder if Wii U's just kind of stagnating in its meta, where it's just like, because it's just Bayonetta and Clouds just smacking each other, that like maybe Melee is more entertaining just in the variety of players.
I don't really keep up with those communities at all.
Yeah.
All I can read into it was like, I thought last year the message they were sending is that Melee is still a big draw. Melee is still going to have a place at EVO for years to come. But this is the one game there that is 17 years old, or however years, like 2001 it came out. I forget when it came out on GameCube. Yeah, it was that December or whatever. It came out on GameCube. It's like 17 years old. Every other game there is a modern generation game.
Yeah, dude.
And I get it's a big draw and it brings a lot of audience, but I think the compromise was this game's not getting updated. It's always usually the same players, the same characters, pretty much the same meta. It's getting relegated to Saturday. It will still be one of the big games, but it's no longer taking up one of the big spotlights on Sunday. Smash Bros. For Wii U is new. Smash Bros. For Wii U has a pretty good scene. It is actually an enjoyable game to watch. You guys need to give it a chance. I think it did pretty well last year.
It did. Views-wise?
It was like the second or third most viewed.
Sure.
It beat Melee, I think. People argued it only beat Melee because it's on Sunday
And it
versus
did,
Saturday.
right. And it probably did only beat it because it's on Sunday.
But
This year, Melee will beat Wii U.
yeah, so now they're flipping it back. So I don't know what they're trying to say here. Is that it's a little? Maybe they're just gonna alternate. Maybe that's their compromise. That's the compromise. They're gonna alternate every year with this until Nintendo comes out a new one.
It's going to
Like,
be Switch next year.
but like,
it is.
I feel like it's just weird because Nintendo doesn't seem to really actively care too much about the fighting game community outside of its own events. It does, but which doesn't make sense though. Like that's the whole argument I always hear. But then ARMS was at EVO Japan earlier last month.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was. And people
Wow.
were saying it was pretty like entertaining to watch.
That's
Like,
crazy.
it was good. But Nintendo didn't throw any money into the prize pool like everyone else does. Nintendo seems to be the most resistant to fully embracing these tournament scenes. So everyone's like, Nintendo's really like, they're not going to update Melee. They're not going to balance it. So just wait for the next one. I'm just confused about what they're trying to say by switching it up.
That would be insane, dude. Re-release Melee.
Oh yeah, Melee HD is the meme.
Physical disc, though.
That is a
how
great
cool
point.
would that be? Re-releasing a GameCube game, updated. So yeah, we updated it. We're re-releasing it.
Throw it in your GameCube and see what happens?
Yeah,
Okay.
patched. Old school patch re-release.
Wow.
That's another like difficulty
That's a little
too
much
there.
for me.
That's an old system, an old game. Even the controllers aren't as easy to come by anymore. And
Yeah.
it's surprised Nintendo has not updated that. They just even if it's not HD, just put it on like on Switch or something as like a downloadable title. Like be done with it. Here
You're
you
so
go.
right.
It's easy.
Any other company would have re-released it 3 times by now.
Yeah.
You're so right about that.
It's like
Yes.
what's going on with this?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Capcom, there'd be like 10 versions of that.
Exactly. That's so true. Speaking of Capcom, we have a huge snub here.
Oh yeah.
And it's Marvel versus Capcom Infinite, one of the biggest game releases.
With Avengers on the horizon too.
past
What a time
year.
to snub.
Huge snub.
Black Panther and Avengers imminent.
Yes.
Snubbed.
Snubbed.
I'm
Snubbed hard.
shocked. I'm
Yep.
very shocked.
Injustice got in.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Ah.
DC winning
Take
one
that,
thing.
Cap.
there.
Yeah. And I wonder how many people are sad. I wonder if it will hurt Evo. I don't believe it will. I don't believe there are a lot of people who are sad. I think that what this demonstrates is just how far how much of a flop Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is. When even its most dedicated fan base, the people who would care about this game the most, don't.
Is this strictly, again, I am no fighting game professional. I don't know the nitty-gritty mechanics. Is this strictly because of the way it looks, or because it's just not as fun as previous Marvel vs. Capcoms?
It's not the fun, dude. The mechanics are solid.
So it's because the most backlash I've seen for the game is, why do these characters look like that?
It's primarily because of the pool of entrants that they could get for the game. It hasn't been doing anything on Twitch. Like it's already dead on Twitch. It doesn't draw in that many people in tournaments, period. It's just not very well supported right now that the logistics to say, like, you've got to take these other fighting games over this. Like, it's like, why are you bringing this game in? This is just because it's a Capcom game. You're just going to reward Capcom for putting something out. It's really that's the number one reason I have to believe from what I've seen. The other thing is, people want Capcom to take it more seriously. Like, update this game to, like, where are the patches? Where is this? Like, where is there going to be a visual patch? What are your plans for this game?
Visual patch.
I mean, people don't like the way it looks and stuff. There's like a lot of issues with the game. And if Capcom's not being very forthcoming and like very supportive, like, hey, no, we're going to fix this. Like, no one really feels good about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite's future based on like Capcom saying it's kind of like wishy-washy. And if they're,
It's worth mentioning earlier this week, Capcom Cup, Capcom's tournament for Street Fighter V was announced. They talked about their season that's coming up. No mention of Marvel.
No mention.
Even though they had previously said, like, we're
So
going to bring
did-
Marvel into the Capcom Cup. Even Capcom doesn't want to.
So they're
But
over.
that's like smart for them, That's
to
that's sad, but I mean that's probably a good move.
Pull the
Yes.
ripcord.
That they're not just beating a
Pull
dead
the
horse.
ripcord.
It sucks because this hurts. You asked me this hurts.
Yeah.
I think it hurts the Marvel community a lot.
Yes.
There are people who want Marvel to be a big series. They want Marvel to be at EVO. And they already went through this before. They already had a very long gap after Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It was like, hey, we're still like supporting this game at the early EVOs, the tournaments. We're trying to keep the scene going. They had to already go through this once, like a long drought. And now it's like there's a game actually out and it's not even being admitted to EVO. So I think it really hits them hard.
It stinks because Marvel is pretty good, but as Huber said, I think the roster is a huge problem. I think it's a huge problem that there are no X-Men. Like, the most beloved characters in this game aren't there.
What are you doing?
But I truly believe, just by how bad Captain America looks, if you just look at his model, I know there's lots of bad ones, but to me, there's just no edge to it. And I think if you just, in this era, if you just release a game that's just that soft, you can't succeed.
There's not a lot of passion
Yes.
around it. It sounds like there's not like there's a lot of love, And I think from the games that as someone who does not watch esports a lot, as someone who doesn't watch sports a lot, one of the things that attracts me to sports, one of the things that even if I don't know any of these players that I'm looking at, if they're smiling, I'm smiling. If they're enjoying it, if they're high fiving, if I could feel the good vibes, if I can get a sense that like, wow. I'm meeting his level of excitement for this because I can tell that person loves it. And like, I don't know who that is. Like you said, it's not performing well on Twitch. And it's like, who are those people that are really holding the torch right now for this game?
I feel like you gotta be too deep into the community to really know who's playing that game, who's like doing what with it.
Yeah.
Watching just even the big name tournaments, I just don't see a lot of it there. It's either not there or relegated to so low on the totem pole. It's not getting the exposure. It's an exposure thing. You can a lot of people they ask a casual gamer, hey, what's the current Marvel game? They might be like, they might either say 3 or not, have no idea.
Some mobile
like,
game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something. Like, they don't understand, like, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is this game. Like, when Marvel
Infinite.
3, yeah.
Bad title.
Yeah.
Bad title.
Bad title.
Should have just said 4.
Yeah.
Well, I
Would've
mean,
sold
yeah,
more.
that's.
There's a
I'll
reason
play
it was
that card
called
every time.
Yep.
There's a reason it was
Yep.
called that. But.
Oh, because you think the game was meant to be supported for years and years?
Oh, no, it's because it's tied into, like,
The
Infinity.
stones, of
and-
course,
Oh,
of
gotcha.
course.
Yeah.
But you could do Marvel vs. Capcom 4 Infinity Stones or
It's
Infinity
okay,
War.
it's okay, Huber, because now there's a redemption arc for this. Capcom can fix everything.
With the X-Men.
I mean,
Redemption, baby.
yeah, we talked about
Marvel
a rumor,
vs.
right?
Capcom 4.
Yeah.
There you go. Forget Infinite.
Straight
Marvel
up.
vs. Capcom 4. That 4 logo.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
And then,
Damiani-
and then it ends
With
with
Wolverine.
claw marks.
Yes.
Do it.
Like it just looks. The trailer is fantastic. The visuals look like they actually put some effort into it.
Yeah.
And it's like holy crap. Even if it's just updated Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, they should just rebrand it as Marvel vs. Capcom 4.
That's good.
If they go full out.
You sold me.
No Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite crap.
Yes.
Call it Marvel vs. Capcom 4.
Was it,
Reintroduce it, baby.
Was it a licensing thing with the X-Men?
That's the rumors.
That's the rumors. Never been confirmed, but like yes, you know.
Because all the whole like movie universe now with the Fox and all that.
Yeah,
now that they have access to those characters,
Did the purchase go
I wonder-
through
It
yet?
didn't actually, because apparently there's a rumor that Comcast is trying to outbid them again now.
Oh, Comcast.
Like it never ends.
Never ends.
But this is what happened with Street Fighter V, if you remember, Kyle. Street Fighter V wasn't originally very well received.
Street Fighter V was not originally well received, but it was never at the point of
Yes.
death. It was never
Yeah.
here. It was this is.
But
beyond
Capcom was,
repair.
I think, a little bit more vocal about trying to like salvage Street Fighter
Yes.
V's image and
Yeah.
faster. They were
Right.
more responsive. They're more upfront. Like this is our big game. We know we screwed up with this. Here's a story mode coming at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Here's season 2 stuff, and like they've gotten even better at it now. Like even now, like stuff gets leaked. When they unveiled the new characters, they're like, well, we know everything got leaked. So they trolled at first, said like, here's one new character, and everyone's
Here's
like,
Sakura.
Are we gonna go through this again?
Yeah.
Boom! Here's this beautiful trailer. It shows every character
the entire
we
season.
know. We already know you know them. We don't care.
It was cool. Yeah, I wonder if Capcom actually cares about Marvel versus Capcom.
It seems like
I wonder
no.
if they care.
I mean, I
Yeah.
have to. My gut says that there are probably some things around this game that they probably didn't like. I think some of it wasn't
Yeah.
all. I don't think it was all completely under their control.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
just like some of the stories about Marvel vs. Capcom 3, there probably was a little bit of like a struggle with authority there, like who had final say on stuff. I think that this is what the ultimate result was when you get that. When Capcom's not in full control of the game and doesn't have full creative control, this is what you probably get.
Yeah, why should they even care if Marvel has their hands in it? You
Yeah.
know, and if Marvel is taking some kind of cut,
Oh, they are.
then why wouldn't they just support their own game, Street
Yeah.
Fighter,
Yep.
all in?
Yeah. Darkstalker's next. Another rumor we got
Juicy.
this week. This one's juicy. This was the juicy part of this is the journalist drama that I like a lot.
This drama.
Yes.
I thought we weren't going there.
Yeah, you're right. Normally I don't, but I like this because somebody on Twitter, Marcus Sellers, tweeted out that Black Ops 4 will be this year's Call of Duty game. Treyarch will be making it, and that it will be on PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and sweet. So, you know, normally I'd be like, okay, that's a guy on Twitter. He gets some things right. He gets a lot of things wrong. Big whoop. Eurogamer published an article.
Ooh, Eurogamer stuff.
Sources, :
Big guns.
So it starts off, it's like, our sources have confirmed that this year's Call of Duty game will be Black Ops 4. And I love that. Let me just... Later on, like 3 paragraphs into this article, word of Black Ops 4 first appeared online this week in a Twitter post from self-styled industry insider.
Oh, in quotes?
In quotes, Marcus Sellers. So, can you imagine that attitude?
Across the bow.
Like, Marcus Sellers breaks it.
Yeah.
Eurogamer confirms it, but they're like, we knew. We knew. Self-styled industry insider.
That is messed up. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. The guy had it right. Give him a break. Give the poor guy a break.
So they want the leaks.
Making the leaks.
But yeah, I mean, there's not really much to project there. Like, you know, Black Ops 4. I'm actually kind of surprised it would do Black Ops 4.
I'm surprised too, but
Yeah.
boy, Black Ops 3, oof, so good, so good, so good.
Yeah.
That, I'm pumped.
What's his name? Kyle, I always forget.
Yeah. Sager?
Winters or something.
Oh, the lead of 3 that we,
Yes, he's
that
got a
one
good
game that we
name.
played.
Yeah.
It'll come.
It'll come. We got to beat him in the sequel.
Yeah.
Huge cliffhanger.
Dude, we better co-op that if it's co-op. You
Yes,
down?
I'm in.
Okay.
Huber and I played Black Ops 3 together.
Yes.
And it was a really good co-op
One of
campaign.
the best gaming experiences of my entire life.
Yeah, it was
Kyle.
really, really good.
Like, co-op Call of Duty with Boss Man.
Did I tell you I looked up videos about what the meaning of Black Ops 3 is? It's crazy, dude. I mean, you know what? It's old.
It is such a cool game.
Everybody who played it is probably going to play it. Here's the thing. I guess, like, somebody inside of the Crystal Palace,
Yeah.
or the Crystal Forest, or whatever,
yeah.
like transferred his mind into Mahoney, into the guy from a special crimes unit.
Okay. Yeah.
So like he transferred his mind into it, and so when he's talking to you at the end, it's like, oh, he's in that body now,
Yeah.
or something like that.
That's
and
nuts.
apparently there's like clues if you like pause the screen so like Black Ops 3, despite being a big dumb Call of Duty movie, has like
Crazy campaign.
Yeah.
crazy campaign.
Crazy.
It has like lots of little hidden things inside of it, and actually a lot of.
If you don't spoil it for yourself, there's little to no way you can tell where the hell that game's gonna go.
Yeah.
If you play that campaign.
Yeah.
Super bizarre.
Really cool stuff though.
Yeah.
Really, really cool
I
stuff.
very much enjoyed that. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, Black Ops 4 will
Lots of
probably be
surprises.
big and dumb, and also very cool.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Will it have a battle royale?
No.
Let's think about it.
No.
Will it have a battle royale?
Will it have its own twist though on the genre?
Activision has to be killing themselves right now that they don't have it.
They need something in
Yes.
in that space, Jones. They need it. They want it.
You can't see this feasibly happening.
They have to
having
do
a battle
something.
royale.
Something.
Not from Treyarch. Not in. Yeah.
They're gonna be so smug. They're like, this is a fad. It's gonna pass us by.
We
Yeah,
got
that's
team
just not-
deathmatch.
They're gonna say we have classic Call of Duty action, boots on the ground, and yeah, like you're right, Damiani. They might play the classic card.
It was funny too, because I remember Brad complaining because he was really excited about World War II. That he's like, "Oh, I'm glad we're away from this hoppy, slidey, wall running nonsense." Like,
Yeah.
we're back. I love it.
Already back.
I bet they'll scale back on that. I bet they'll scale back on the wall riding.
Like
You're gonna be riding motorcycles on walls in Black Ops 4, dude. You're gonna be the
Sideways.
entire game is gonna take place on a wall.
like it's so futuristic that it's like retro tech. Like it goes so like some
Steampunk.
some crazy event goes down in the Black Ops universe that
Yes.
like the Dark Ages style, So we have
We
like
open in a
Yeah.
snowy, vast field. A caveman walks up.
No.
He's got a stone in his hand.
no.
The stone cracks open. It's got a computer monitor on it.
Okay, all right.
He types an email.
If that was the opening of a trailer for Call of Duty, Kyle,
Yes, dude. Some caveman typing an email on a stone. Last thing before podcast halftime, we got to talk about some bad news. So the Dead Rising team, Capcom Vancouver, suffered some big cutbacks this week. I guess fired nearly 50 people. And what is interesting to me, that despite the bad stuff, is scaling down the next Dead Rising game. So, yeah.
I reviewed that one. So
Dead Rising 4 you reviewed. Yes.
Scale it down. Scale it down.
Yeah.
Scale it down. We only need one location. We don't need some huge city. Scale it down.
I kind of agree.
Sure.
Like,
Dead
it's
Rising
best
1
when it's in the mall, right?
Dead Rising 1 is still the best Dead Rising. There's an
Yes.
argument for 2. 2 is really awesome. But 1 just has that immediacy, that
It was
pace.
the scale of 2 that turned
it's just
I
too
I went on
much.
some
Yeah.
mission to rescue someone and they died on the way back, and I was like, I'm not going back to this game. I'm not doing what I just did again, because that took 45 minutes to even get to where they were.
And 2 also,
God,
it's just longer. It's a longer game. It's longer rescue missions, like you were just saying. It's longer to pump yourself up. It's just Dead Rising 1 is quick and dirty, And I think that they should definitely try to establish that again.
I wonder if, Hubert, it might be a Resident Evil 7 lesson.
Yeah.
Because most sequels say we're going bigger.
Exactly.
We're going better. More guns, bigger guns, more bullets, more kills, more enemies. And Resident Evil 7, I would say, is a scaled back Resident Evil game.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Back to its roots.
And it paid off.
Big time.
And so I wonder if that is a Capcom model going forward.
Yeah. I would love it.
Yeah.
Because Dead Rising 4, it's not a terrible game, but it's just too much.
No
There's-
open world. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't have a whole city. Don't do this.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Was the canceled game again Warriors of Aegis?
Yeah, we should talk about this too. So good reporting by Kotaku, by the way, on this one. I have the third-person action-adventure game set in an alternate reality version of New York, Knights of Aegis.
Knights of Aegis, not Warriors.
So like this fantasy thing that takes place in New York in the 70s, where I think like you have to keep this magic a secret. Sort of like The Last Witch Hunter, dude. Do you remember that? Yeah.
Cool. I want to play this.
Canceled.
It got canceled?
Canceled.
Oh.
Yeah. Capcom Vancouver was working on it straight up.
There's
canceled.
that disappointment, Jones.
Yeah, there it is.
Feels
You
good.
got
Feels good. Suck it.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of cool idea. Like, I think it was described as a shooter, but like you're using magic. Like, cool.
The concern is, I really
Get
hope,
up in that mic, Damiani.
I really hope the scaled back Dead Rising does well, because my fear is that after laying off 50 people, they're just we want another Dead Rising, and then that's it. Then we can the studio. Like, I'm scared.
Oh, sure.
That Dead Rising is like they're gonna get it out and be like, all right, good job, you're done. Like, I hope it does well, like RE7. And it's like, this is it. This is the strategy.
Dead Rising 2 had 2 standalone DLCs. They had Case Zero, which was a prequel, and Case West, which was a co-op post-game thing. And your progress, it was all inclusive. So if you played the Case Zero prologue, all your stuff carried over into 2.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I just think that's good design. I think maybe a smaller, like digital only Dead Rising.
A $30 Dead Rising, I
would be awesome.
Devour.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think your trailer does need to explode. You know what I mean? You need something that's very striking to happen in that trailer. But yeah, I think you can do a $30.
Also replayable.
So
because like when you're done with Dead Rising 2, I mean, I can't speak for everybody
Yeah.
our users, but like, I barely made it through one time. So whereas Dead Rising 1, I've played that like 8 times.
Nailed and one
It's
nails
such a
it.
Wow.
It's such a consumable experience. It's just like I know what I'm getting, and
why
it's a fun progression.
I love that you said that, Jones. A good progression, because in 1 specifically, New Game Plus totally works and changes the way you interact with that game.
How?
Because you'll fight bosses early on, like optional bosses early in the game that are really, really hard. Now you can go back, New Game Plus, take them out. Like, there's no way you can get through all of Dead Rising 1 on a vanilla save file.
Because there's a ticking clock the whole time.
Ticking clock, you have to make cuts. It's like, I'll do this instead of that. When you run faster and you have all these weapons, you can do things so much faster. Dead Rising 2 isn't as guilty as 3 and 4. Like, specifically Dead Rising 4, you're just a monster in the whole game. Like,
You're on New Game Plus when you start it.
Yeah.
Got it.
You were just so overpowered. You can get mech suits and you just wreak havoc. You can like make all these vehicles that have like saws on them and stuff. So you're not really encouraged to go back.
Yeah.
So I think nailing that, Jones, like kind of like a roguelike, I guess. Going through Dead Rising underpowered and then, beating it and going back, I think it'd be awesome.
Let's give them some free ideas real quick.
Yeah.
Some sort of environment that they should do. Not a mall. I don't think a mall can work.
Yeah, the mall's played out kind of.
Yep.
Oh, a military base.
Jonesy.
Military base.
You're not
I
into
don't like
it?
how the military base looks.
Airport's good. Damiani's got an airport.
Like the mall is so cool because of its aesthetic.
Yeah.
It's so inviting. I get to go into all these different shops.
I think you can do cool stuff like that at the airport. I think
Disney
Damiani's got a good
World
one.
type theme park.
Oh,
theme park.
Theme park is really good.
Like
Theme
a
park
big
or an
one.
airport?
A big
Yes.
one, yeah.
Because the
Damiani wins.
Surge,
Yep.
that game, The Surge, it's a Souls-like game. Really wanted to play that. They had a theme park DLC, and it just looked so awesome. He's running around the theme park doing all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Looked cool.
Yeah. Oh, I watched that trailer actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Maybe a museum, natural history museum.
Like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Like
Not that big, but yeah.
Grab a
They're
like,
big.
a dinosaur bone.
They can be.
It's as big
the
as a
Louvre
mall.
Is massive,
you know what
but
I
yeah.
mean? Yeah. Like we're scaling back, Jones. We're scaling down. I like that.
Cool.
Sounds like it's podcast halftime.
The following are the official sponsors of Easy Allies for the month of February. Brent Klaus. Brent Klaus is a 2D animator and illustrator specializing in motion graphics and art direction. He produces animated content for brands using bold colors, fun character animation, and will sneak in a video game reference wherever he can. You can find him and his work on Twitter at Brent Klaus. Mango. Scorn! An atmospheric horror adventure currently in development at Ebb Software, set in a nightmarish universe of odd forms and somber tapestry. Go to scorn-game.com for more information. iKeyless. Since 2002, iKeyless has specialized in replacement automotive keys and remotes. They can save you up to 75% off of dealership prices. Visit their updated website at iKeyless.com and use promo code EZA at checkout for free shipping and an additional 17% off of your order. Sweet Justice, a sound design company based in England that's worked on Battlefield, Mirror's Edge, Injustice 2, Call of Duty, Cuphead, and a load of indies. Check out their website at www.sweetjustice.audio. Jojo Dent Co., your friendly automotive dent repair expert. If you are currently an EZA patron and are in the Denver metropolitan area, tweet at FastMower if you would like to have your minor door dings repaired free of charge. Hogue Law Business Law Firm. Whether you're starting a business at level 1, stuck fighting the dreaded fundraising boss, or finally cashing out with a well-earned high score, you need a good business lawyer at your side. Rick Hogue started Hogue Law to bring more than a decade of experience to companies like yours and is proud to support the allies. Check him out at hoeglaw.com. L. Thanis. All of these links are available in the description. Thank you to our sponsors. Feels like we mention a Sweet Justice game every podcast.
Oh yeah.
It seems like we're gonna bring up Injustice or Call of Duty or Battlefield or what.
They got their fingers in it all,
everywhere.
baby. They got their fingers
Everywhere
in it
I
all.
look.
Best in the biz.
Justice.
Good stuff.
I got a few, before we do Love and Respect, I got a few mini stories to go through that I find like pretty interesting.
A couple soft tacos.
Couple soft tacos before we
Soft
crunch.
chicken.
Nothing wrong with soft
Yeah.
tacos.
Yakuza 6 was delayed this week.
Yeah.
Oh.
Delayed from March 20th to April 17th. Just a little,
The
okay.
rumors behind that are so juicy.
So I can comment on these rumors.
Okay.
Because I'm past the embargo for
I don't know
previews.
I don't know any rumors.
Ooh, Hubert.
I can talk up
the
till
record.
chapter 4, chapters 1 through 4. I can freely discuss.
Okay.
Saw a couple previews go out online today as well, so I know we're safe.
Okay.
So don't panic. I don't don't be alarmed by this delay. Straight up, it's not because the game doesn't work or
Yes.
Okay.
Yakuza 6 is ridiculously good.
Yes. So Hubert, this is what I wanted to talk about,
Okay.
and then I want to talk about Damiani's rumors.
Yeah.
Basically, in their tweet,
Yeah.
they said it was a difficult business decision.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically promoted this demo that's coming out on February 27th.
Sweet.
And you will able to take your save data from the demo into the actual game.
Love that stuff.
Always love it. You were talking about that earlier. We
Yeah.
love this. I think that this game was delayed so they could launch it harder. I think they were like, oh, we actually have some potential here. We could actually promote this better. Maybe they saw Monster Hunter World and they're like, oh man, like this is actually exploding. They actually have some momentum. We should put
Yeah.
more into advertising.
Yeah.
This demo may be part of it. I don't know. But I don't think this
like
was
that.
delayed at all because the game isn't ready. The game's
No.
ready to go.
It's ready. If you want to see my rant about it, just how much I love it, watch the newest Frame Trap.
Oh, great.
We talk about it in detail.
Cool.
The only technical issues I see are very, very, very rarely, once in a while when maybe you go inside of a building or when it transitions to a battle or something, the briefest of brief chop, like slow down, just a little
Drip
bit.
chop?
Just a little gone.
Hubert,
So unnoticeable.
I think that's still going to be there on April 17th.
I wonder.
Yeah.
And because when it happened, I was like, did they delay it just to maybe
Fix that chop?
fix that a
Just
little
jump.
bit? Just
Nah.
a little bit?
I think their marketing wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Damiani, tell me about the juicy rumors, though. I'm not even aware of this.
I wouldn't call them rumors.
Gotta
but
get on the mic.
I agree. I personally, I side with the business argument thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was. I think it's a combination of marketing. March has too much stuff coming out. April's a better month.
God of
Feels like a
War,
dodge.
though, dude.
Oh.
God of
Yeah.
War.
It's
God of War.
Days
God of-
before
God
God
of-
of War now.
God of War.
Yes.
And that's a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
I mean, March has. I mean, but March is just like a gauntlet, though. March is a gauntlet.
April's a gauntlet now, too. There's no safe month anymore.
I mean, going against one game is better than going against a bunch of games.
Wait, what's the gauntlet of March? Help me out with this.
There's Nino Cooney. Mm-hmm. There's MLB The Show.
I got nothing right
Sea
now.
of Thieves on the 20th.
Sea of Thieves.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Yep.
I'll bring up the list.
Bayonetta 1 and 2
No,
remasters.
that's this month,
come out of
February. We can pull up the list if you would like to see the gauntlet that is that month.
Yeah, pull up the
Gauntlet.
list. I'm
Nino
gonna give you the prove it
But-
ticket. I want
Sure,
it.
but the rumor, this isn't a rumor.
Yeah.
I gotta turn my iPhone on because I turned it off. But the rumor was, because I kept asking people to give me a source, and no one, like, even just like who was claiming it was a rumor. This is how crazy people get. So, like, this is not true. This is just absolutely not true until someone proves it. So please don't believe this.
But it's worth talking about.
I want to talk about it because
Okay.
like people need to stop saying this or
Okay.
like even suggesting this is true. But the talk going around communities was that one of the early people that got a game, someone in the media got the game early and found a game-breaking bug that was too easy to encounter and told Sega about it. And Sega was like, "Oh crap, we got to fix this right away." It's not hard to fix, but this can't go out with this bug, and it's already within the month window of going to print. We got to back it up.
No, because you could have a day one patch.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't
Day
buy
one
it.
patch. You
That's
just-
not-
Yeah, that's why I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
I don't buy it.
I don't buy it.
I don't buy it.
Playing
I think that's people
that
just
game months in
flights of
advance.
fancy.
You know, I talk about the rumor spectrum. where basically the juiciness is in the middle, and on the far right, it's just too outlandish to even be interesting to discuss, you know. And on the far left, it's like too practical. And, you know, I get that. I mean, I get that. Why is that even a rumor?
Right.
And just right in the middle.
This is burnt. It's burnt and dry.
Yeah. So I think this one was a little far on the right.
All right.
Like last week when we were talking about Microsoft buying EA,
Yeah.
that was in that right. Like they could though.
Yeah.
And so even though it probably won't happen, it was just such a juicy rumor to discuss that it was fun. All right, what you got, Damiani?
So coming out in March, on March 6th, Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition, and Scribblenauts Showdown.
No, this is not a gauntlet yet.
Yeah, not yet.
13th is Devil May Cry HD Collection coming to PS4,
These are
Xbox
so
One.
old games.
Heating up though.
Kirby Star Allies, Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered, Attack on Titan 2,
Nothing
Sea
yet.
of Thieves, A Way Out, Detective
That was it, A Way
Pikachu,
Out.
Ni no Kuni 2, Far Cry 5,
Far Cry.
MLB The Show, and is any of these big games? I don't know. Is Agony a big game? Survival horror?
Diverse list there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
March is gonna be fun.
Far Cry 5, MLB The Show, Ni no Kuni 2, Detective Pikachu, A Way Out, Sea of Thieves. Come on, like
Way Out,
that's
Sea of
that's
Thieves,
too
yeah.
much.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I don't know. Like Huber
There's
said
a lot
though,
of smaller releases that are like niche enough that like people will buy those. Like,
I keep forgetting though that Yakuza 6 is basically an essential PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
What I like to call an incidental PlayStation exclusive, where I'm not sure Sony's paying for it. It does suck to come out 3 days before God of War.
this is April, Kyle.
Yeah,
Pillars of Eternity 2,
huge,
Yakuza 6,
huge,
Metal Max Xeno,
huge.
God of War,
Huge.
Nintendo Labo,
Enormous.
and Trails of Cold Steel 2.
Gargantuan.
Kai.
Yes.
I'm nervous
Kai?
about
They're doing a Trails of Kai game? Oh, nice.
I'm nervous about Yakuza because it's 6, and 0 and 1 came out, and a lot of people jumped on the franchise then, so they played 0 and 1. Perfect place to start.
Oh, and you hear 6, you're like, oh, I can't. Yeah.
So many people haven't played 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
They just announced 4 and 5 are available on PlayStation Now, so you can stream that. So it's like, is that maybe have anything to do with me like giving people a little more time to catch up?
Maybe. I think they're going to promote it hard. I think Sega sees an opportunity here, and they're going to promote it really hard leading up to that date.
Hope so.
Hopefully. Kaz Hirai is stepping down as CEO of Sony. April 1st, he's leaving.
April 1st?
Yes.
It's an April Fool's joke.
It's not an April Fool's joke. You can't do it like that.
That's so funny.
It's also the first day of the new fiscal year,
Right.
so that's why.
Is April Fool's even a thing? Like, I know it's not like on the calendar in
I think it is.
Japan,
I
but
think
like,
it
is it a thing?
I think Japan is very aware of April Fool's Day. Let us know, chat, what the history is. But yeah, I think they
The gaming company has to be aware of it by now.
Kenichiro Yoshida will replace him. Yeah, that's kind of all I have. I think it was 2012 is when he became the CEO. So not too many years, but did a great job.
Is he just straight up retiring?
No, sorry, he's gonna be a chairman. He's gonna
Okay,
be on the board still. So yeah.
Okay.
CEOs don't usually last for like decades or anything like that.
Yeah, I guess you're
because
right.
they're usually voted in by board
Like
members.
8 years is
Yeah.
a good
Yeah. Good
run.
So he had a good run, is what we're saying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Great. And a successful run. Sony improved under his guidance, which was really cool. And I guess what's really cool is
Good time to take off.
yeah, I don't
time to
really
bow
like.
out.
We don't cover every time somebody announces a retirement or leaving their job, like Eric Hirschberg did for EA, and we didn't really cover it. But yeah, just like Kaz Hirai is interesting because he came from Sony's video games. He rose from the video games branch and then became the CEO, which was really cool. So cool. It kind of shows a respect for that department, and also it was cool that that person from that perspective was able to lead this giant corporation to greater success. It's cool.
We did talk about Activision that week, though. Sorry, Hirschberg.
Oh yeah, I said EA, didn't I? Activision. Yeah, exactly.
We did bring up Destiny a little bit.
Yeah.
that week.
Yeah.
That you celebrated your departure.
Jones, thanks for patching that up for me, dude.
Yeah.
You didn't do a rude correction. You're just like, let me just double down on that one for you, Kyle. Crash Bandicoot ports and new game coming leaked by a toy maker. So here's what happened. There's this weird
Toy makers, man.
because that's the thing, Jones, is they leaked Crash Bandicoot in the first place. I remember watching this interview where they're just like, there's going to be a new Crash Bandicoot project coming up. Here's our product. And they showed like a little stupid Crash Bandicoot action figure. And that was before Sean Layden even came out and said we're making the remake. So here's what happened. It's a book called, not a literal book, I think, a publication called Licensed Source Book Europe. GBI is a European supplier of licensed merchandise. They said that the trilogy is coming to Switch and PC sometime this year. the remakes, and then there will be a new game in 2019.
Kind
of expected.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Those are an unfortunate necessary evil. The licensing catalogs, like when companies put out, people make physical
They don't have
product
to spill
toys.
the beans.
No, what it does, and they don't have to. But what happens is it goes out to anyone's interested in purchasing for retail level.
Right.
So you put out a giant catalog of everything. It's like your
serious.
schedule.
I'm checking that thing out.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it's like, oh, I want to buy, some of these toys and stuff. They're in your lineup, and it has the description, and you gotta know what it is. Has images, description, and then it just takes like someone at that, like, oh, I'm in Sears marketing. I'm an intern. Like, oh, I saw that. Oh, cool. I'm gonna go tell my friends. Like, I'm also an intern. Like, it's way too easy for that stuff. Like, no one really expects that stuff to have sensitive information because it's like, oh, it's for sales purposes. Who cares? But it's so easy.
Will Death Stranding have a toy leak?
No.
Do you remember the Metal Gear Solid 2 toy leaks?
See, no.
Yes,
Whoa.
dude. Yes. Death Stranding already has, man. Just accept it.
Well, he had.
We have a Death Stranding toy somewhere in this room.
Yeah.
We just don't even know yet.
They made a big deal out of his. It was a collector's item, but he had his like necklace or something with the dog tags on it or the weird little symbols.
Yeah.
That they were hawking. But I love that. We talk about media blackout, and I usually don't do media blackout on stuff. But I'm always tentative when they're like, I mean, there's this new character coming to this comic book film you're anticipating. We have the Lego version of him if you want to see that. And I'm like, no, I don't want that to be like my introduction to that character.
Yeah.
So if I'm like seeing the movie later, like, oh, who's that guy? Oh, that's right. That's why he's in my brain somehow. Like,
I have the Lego of him. Yeah, man.
Wow, an amiibo will leak retros.
I remember the bad guys in Avengers. They were like, they were called something in the movie with a scroll or something.
Cathari.
Or something.
Definitely not Skrull.
Yeah, they
gotta
are
wait for
Skrull,
Chitauri,
but they were
Chitauri,
Chitauri. Yeah,
Chitauri, nice,
they're little like mobile bikes.
Yeah.
That toy was weeks and weeks and weeks before the movie came out.
McDonald's toys.
I think in the entirety of the Avengers, you never get a good look at one of those things.
You do.
It never
There's
stops.
one that's there's
it's
one
never
that's like
stationary, man.
There's one that's like he like is riding up or whatever.
But like, it's never really.
Loki's riding one. He's
It's
got a
never
couple
got
next to him,
close-up,
like,
Hugh.
flanking
It's
him.
never got a stationary close-up.
There's never that like drool shot. Like,
Yes. Like the Predator. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You get a good look of the Predator.
Yeah.
I feel distant from those enemies. We should talk about Crash Bandicoot, though. I mean, I guess there isn't too much to talk about. 2019 seems about right for the new game, and it seems about right for PC and Switch to get releases this year. Maybe he just didn't mention Xbox. I don't understand why it wouldn't be on Xbox. But yeah, that's kind of all we have to talk
What's
about.
the quote unquote new game? What do we know?
We know nothing. It'll probably be the same team that made the remakes. But yeah, we know nothing.
Will that new game sell as well as the remaster?
That's a fun bet, Jones.
I
Oh,
say no.
I don't think so either.
No way.
someone on
I think
Twitter.
people would be confused.
Someone on
I'm
Twitter
really curious
reminded me
how
of
they're
a
gonna
bet.
sell that.
So I'll take it. I'll say that it does sell better.
Okay.
And we'll settle this what the terms are. But someone on Twitter reminded me of a bet that Brandon Jones and Michael Huber made last year. It was
Dear,
around
I
March-
saw the reminder of the bet.
Yes,
on,
it was-
I didn't know I was involved.
It was around March of last year.
Okay.
Huber said an announcement for the Order 1886 is imminent.
Yes.
You were so sure of it. And Jones said, "What do I give him? Like a year?" And Huber said, "No, this E3."
For the order.
Yes, for the Order 1886.
Dang it.
Yeah, nothing has happened with the Order.
Yeah.
Not a thing. Definitely not before E3.
I played a Ready at Dawn game in 2017.
What'd you play?
Lone Echo. They're
Oh,
big VR
nice.
games.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
on my 10 list.
You're right. They've moved on. So, Michael Huber, what you have to do is you have to go take one of those sepia old-timey photos in a photo booth.
Okay.
You got to like find somebody.
Photo booth.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to find a photo booth and take an old-timey photo.
No, where they have like a cost. You gotta like dress up as a gangster and you
Yeah.
like take the photo in like black and white.
Yeah.
Right.
Those?
Yes, like at Knott's Berry Farm, dude.
Not like. Whoa, like a
Yes.
little photo booth I can go in, or like a
No,
You have to
with
get
a
in
costume.
the costume.
Yes.
And they'll
That's
be
not
like,
a
they'll be like a
booth.
special frame.
Right. Yeah, it's not
That's
a
like
booth.
a
You're right.
photo op or
Yes,
something.
you
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
do that thing. Yes.
All right. I mean, next time I'm at Disneyland or Knott's, so that.
Oh, did they do it at Disneyland too, Jones?
Not to my knowledge.
Oh, okay.
Shoot. All right.
Knott's is so perfect though.
By the end of the year, I try to go to Knott's once or twice a year.
Yeah.
So hope like this, I'll make sure to go this year,
Okay.
and I will
Take that shot.
Okay.
Great. Jones, Crash Bandicoot. I think the new one will sell better And you think the new one won't sell better?
I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay. Winner of that bet. What's a weird Crash thing? What's like? Crash is such a weird franchise to me. Okay. The weirdest character is Crash's girlfriend from Crash Bandicoot 1. Yeah. I guess the winner has to like draw a picture of her.
Okay. Has to draw a picture of the other person going out on a date with her. Like together, like they're like.
No, you have to draw yourself going on a date with her.
Oh, okay.
That's more humiliating.
Nice, good,
yes. You have to draw a picture of yourself going out on a date with Crash Bandicoot's girlfriend.
Nice.
And tweet it
At Sony.
At Sony. You have to tweet it at Sony. Okay. All right. Deal. Now it's a thing.
That's high stakes.
It wasn't high stakes. We finally
high
found the
stakes.
high stakes. You got it, Jones.
Tweet at you.
And Sony, the video game Sony, not like Sony Pictures.
Yes.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. We nailed it. It is now time for love and respect.
Love and respect.
This is fun. This is something that would have stumped me. I wonder if it'll stump the panel. Hello, allies. What is common with all of these games? Ready? Shadow of the Colossus 2018, Need for Speed Payback, Dragon Ball Fighters, Evil Within 2, Wolfenstein 2, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Assassin's Creed Origins, and Monster Hunter World. What do all of those games share in common?
Photo modes?
No. Interesting. though.
Great guess.
By the way, this comes to us from Ryan Talby.
What do they have in common? They are all over a certain Metascore?
No, another good bet, though. We have Need for Speed Payback. in
Oh,
there, though.
yeah. No, never mind. Never mind.
I have a guess, but Rabbids doesn't fit. I was gonna say they're all announced at the same time.
Yeah, dude. They were all announced for the first time at E3 2017,
Whoa.
and they've all come out in about a 6-month time frame.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because Rabbids. Well, I mean, Rabbids was
Right,
announced.
it leaked, but yeah, it was announced at E3
so
basically.
cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
Jones, great guess.
Very good.
Cool.
Resident Evil 7 also did the same thing a year prior. Is the short time frame between reveal and release a growing trend that we're seeing? Well, the answer is yes. As opposed to the super elongated games reveals we've seen in the past that put years between reveal and release, and oftentimes graphical downgrades. And then we have a list of the ones that got graphical downgrades: Red Dead, GTA, Arkham Knight, most of Sony first party, Crackdown 3, Watch Dogs 1. Yeah, so I guess we can talk to that. I did not realize that many games were announced at E3 and we were playing them already.
Crazy.
That does suggest a
That
shift.
gets me more hyped for E3
It does.
2018.
Me too,
Oh my
dude. Me
goodness.
too, yes.
All these games that we can play, like,
Yeah.
in that short of time?
Do you remember we were talking about, like, is Bethesda can even announce anything? Last year they
Doom 2's
announced
coming.
They did Wolfenstein 2 and Evil Within 2 in one thing, and we're playing those games now.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course Bethesda will have something.
Doomed.
Call it Doom, please.
Doomed?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's,
Yes.
a downgrade.
If it's doomed, The Rock has to announce it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Jones, do you think we can keep up this momentum, or was this just a freak year?
No, this would seem to me to be something that would work out well for these companies. That it wouldn't. I don't think it's just a fluke. I think it's something that across the board they're all interested in doing, getting people more interested. I don't know how that speaks. I'm just tired. I don't know how that speaks to where the industry's at, kind of like the culture and where everybody's minds are at, and kind of what's popular and what they're absorbing. That it makes sense to like get stuff to people quicker. But I mean, it feels like we certainly just got through an era of like Shadow of the Colossus is finally happening, and you know, like
Final Fantasy
15, like God, Last Guardian, like
Yeah.
yeah, maybe it's just a response to that. Maybe it's that like we can have that win now. That we don't let's not succumb to the tease of just wanting to get the word out and get everybody. Maybe that just doesn't have as much value as it did before.
Yeah.
Because that's a dangerous thing to gamble with. Is that anyone who cares about your game this month is going to care next month or by the time it finally comes out, especially with early access and all that stuff.
Damiani, you have a thought on this?
I was just say, like, I do think the trend can keep up and companies are doing it more. I would like to see Square Enix start doing this a little bit more.
I think they would like to do it.
They seem to be the biggest company left that is notorious for doing this. Rockstar, sort of, but like that they don't release that many games, so it's kind of like that's kind of their mantra. I don't see them like holding off till like 2 months before. Hey, guess what? 3 months from now, Red Dead's coming out. Like if they never announced it before, like that's not their style. But like Square Enix, like they're notoriously bad with their history.
To their credit, Damiani, they've said with Tomb Raider they want to not do that. They want to go from announcement to gameplay really quick. And so Square Enix is also trying to get better. They're trying. Yeah.
I mean, I hope they do.
Yeah.
I believe they can. Just gotta sit on some of those announcements. It's
Seems
okay.
Like, it seems like you could save a lot of money this way too, having to just
Shorter
advertise
marketing.
less. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're marketing
you're right.
your game for years, it's probably pretty expensive.
Like, think of BioShock Infinite and how much money they spent
Yeah.
on advertising for that poor game. It probably tanked them. You know what I mean? Like, I think they spent a lot of money on marketing for that because it was like 2.5 years, I feel like. By the way, I bet now, Talby inspired me. BioShock announced at E3 we're playing it by the end of the year.
What?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Who's making BioShock?
They're still. What's funny is they're still irrational, I guess. Ken Levine has his own thing. 2K's got BioShock still, and they have somebody working on it.
And Ken Levine is no one knows what he's working on right now.
Yep, still some secret.
Yeah.
But that's some crazy, wacky new BioShock, right?
Ken
That's
Levine?
That's not a... Well, no, whatever BioShock we get, it's not like
Oh.
an infinite sequel. That's just like a whole weird
Yeah,
new...
but
It's not BioShock 3.
But the thing is, Jones, I think it has to look like BioShock 3 to get people excited again. I think you need. It can't be as as different as Infinite was to BioShock. Do you know what I mean? I think like it has to kind of reel it back in and look dark.
I don't know why. It seems like 40 years since I played BioShock Infinite. Like it just seems...
Me too.
I always
A
got to shake my
lifetime.
head when people say there's new BioShock coming. It's like, really? It just seems like forever.
Do you know what's funny though? I hated
Like
the
Mass
game.
Effect Andromeda took a long time, but I still could feel 3. Like 3 was still there. I was still feeling kind of an impact from it. And just wow. I mean, that was last gen, capital L.
A lot of visuals still strike me though. I still think about BioShock Infinite more than I think about many games. Actually, it's still a very unique game.
And the DLCs were real good.
Oh, don't do that to me.
I swear.
Oh, I don't
Like
like
Burial
it.
Sea and
I don't like it. It's just like it all ties together. That's so cheap. That's so cheap. You know it's cheap. That's
It is cheap, but sometimes it works. There's good DLCs.
yeah. I really think Damiani will see a new BioShock announced at E3, and we'll be playing it by.
I wonder
2018.
if there was like a casualness before that's dead now with developers when you just make a trailer and like when is this game coming out? Like I don't know. Like when that first Final Fantasy trailer came out, like what? I'm so curious. What was that team thinking? Like what was the mindset? You know, like, and how long was it since that first trailer came out where they were like, uh-oh, and then like the development totally changed?
Do you mean Versus 13?
Versus 13, yeah.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
so I wonder if that's like the beginning of this century, but we really will not see that anymore. Like Beyond Good and
Yes.
Evil 2 is like kind of the only thing we have now.
That's a
where
perfect
we've like
example,
seen a
Jones.
trailer now,
Yes.
but that ain't soon.
That trailer was way too soon.
Right.
Yeah.
But we kind of know that. You know what I mean?
and they made that
like,
clear. You're right.
BG&E 2 kind of
Yes.
has that vibe of like, we'll wait for this. That's
Yeah.
fine. And so I think if they're going to do that again, if they're like, if this is more than 2 years out, let's have the air about it where it's like, this is a promise we kept that we're getting you excited about it, or it's Kojima, or it's just something about it where we know, okay, this is going to be a weird, crazy roller coaster before we actually get to the launch of this game.
Yeah.
That these companies just can't afford to do anymore.
I bet Starlink was too soon. Starlink might even be canceled. Where's that game?
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. That would.
Starlink.
Come on,
Starlink in March.
I know the whole Fabula Nova, Cristallis, Damiani, but really briefly, yes or no, was Versus 13 originally supposed to be in the same universe as 13? Like Lightning and Noctis in the same plane of existence?
It was supposed to be like treat it like how all the games involve Evilise, like Tactics 12.
Yep.
They're just set in the same universe, but they're
Whoa.
not necessarily like story-wise linked together directly.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Evilise is strongly. That's like geographically connected.
Oh yeah, it was the main components that were supposed to connect the games were the Fal'Cie and the L'Cie element.
okay.
That was supposed to be.
Oh, which is also
the-
like kind of hinted at Type 0, right?
Yeah, and Yeah, it's in there too. Like Type 0 was originally part of that trilogy or whatever it was going to be, not trilogy, but series of that. That was the first, it was called Agito originally, and then they like,
Oh, right.
nah, it's like Final Fantasy for whatever 13 Agito, and it's like, nope, it's now Final Fantasy Type 0. It has nothing to do with that. But you see remnants in there.
It
It's
would have been so
fascinating.
fun if they pulled it off.
I
If they
know.
pulled it off, that would have been so fun.
I know.
I feel like it was just like throwing stuff in there to create a, like some of these movies now. I'm gonna call it out, like no spoilers, but like what Cloverfield's doing now with all these new movies.
Retrofitting it.
They're not originally written to be part of this Cloverfield universe, but let's tack on stuff. I feel like that might have been what was happening in Final Fantasy 13. They might have had some kind of outline. The further they got into it, it's like, do we really need to connect these games? They're such different games. This feels like this feels terrible. Like let's not do this. And someone's like, all right, fine, let's just take it off. Like rip it off. Let's be done with this.
And Jones never forgave them.
Because they never had the air that they did anything wrong. It went from we're excited about this to we're excited about this now. And you're like, oh, great. I'm looking forward to the next thing you're excited about, which you know is going to be 15 something else. They're not done with 15.
It's called Redemption, Jones. It's called the Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition. Time to saddle up. Let's go, Jones.
That's when I'm playing 15.
Yes.
Is
Now's
Royal
your
Edition.
You know what,
chance.
Hubert?
The best it's ever been, Jones.
Hubert.
The best version of the game. It's actually
Brandon,
done.
I'm treating this. I am
Yes.
actually going to replay through the entirety of 15 Royal Edition because I am treating this. I would be such a big hypocrite if I didn't, because I reviewed and absolutely lambasted Final Fantasy 14 1.0. Like that game is a pile of trash. And then I reviewed A Realm Reborn. I'm like, you know what?
Redemption.
They spent all this effort. I'm gonna review it. Okay, maybe Miguel forced me to review it, but
Nice.
originally, but I'm still reviewing it.
What have you done, Miguel?
Like I'm not gonna hold it against them. Like if this ends up being good, this will be amazing. Like it's an amazing turnaround story. 15 for me. I know not everyone thinks it was a bad game originally. Some people really loved it. That was their game of the year. For me, it had so much wrong. Like it was missing. It was incomplete. So this complete version might do for me. It might make me view 15 such a different way that A Realm Reborn made me view 14. So I gotta give it a chance. Yeah, I gotta give it a chance.
Let's play.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I love 15. I think we're
too.
hyping up this version too much.
Yeah, this feels like a what's a good example? It just feels like it's putting all the DLC in one complete package.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This doesn't feel
tweaks.
like Final Fantasy 15 2.0.
Right. From
This
what-
feels like it. If you have 15 to begin with, you'll have been part of this journey of updates and patches. They've been updating and patching it
Oh, if you've
consistently.
been playing it consistently,
Yeah. But if you played
yeah.
15 when it came out and then now dive back in,
Like me.
you're gonna see a huge
Like me.
jump. For sure.
yeah.
From what I've seen though of the parts that people don't like, those are all still there.
But this one's getting some of the fixes story-wise. Finally,
Little bit.
It's getting quality of life, like some quality of life changes and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm not expecting it to be as big of a turnaround. But as I said, I'm still giving it a chance. I'll let it try and speak for
What's
itself.
up there?
I already looked up at those.
they
Oh,
gonna-
did you already?
Times.
Oh, I missed
Will
it.
because I finished 15, but I've been wanting to go back to do the DLCs. Are they gonna be in the game
naturally,
or is it still you're gonna have
No.
to access them?
I think they're naturally from how it's described.
Very
that would be
cool.
great.
Yeah.
Very
yes,
dope.
yes.
Dude.
So
They're tempting me.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're tempting
Yeah.
me.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jones. I mean, this is a whole other podcast where we talk about what is next for the Final Fantasy franchise. I wonder if it's 15 something.
I don't.
So yeah, it's a whole other podcast.
I'm positive.
Yeah, let's not go down that road.
No, you will get another video game, whether that's another VR weirdness or something, but there's no way they're done.
Oh, like,
all that
like
work.
Shadows of the Deep. Man, I still got to play that. The fishing game.
Just very disappointed that you have not.
Yeah,
Yes.
what the heck?
I don't have a
Yeah,
glowing
Kyle.
Yeah.
fishing review.
Might be the one fishing game you actually like, since you don't like fishing games.
Jones, will you give it a shot this year at some point?
15?
15.
No way.
No. Hard shutdown, man.
No way.
No
even.
hope.
No way.
It feels hopeless.
Anything I say about 15 is not meant to say that that's a bad game.
Yeah.
Because the game looks amazing. It's just a very core fundamental error for me in a role-playing game, which is that I don't care. I don't.
Yes.
I went into that world and looked around, and I'm like, I don't care about these people. I don't care about this narrative.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the end of this.
Sure, John. That's all we can
So
ask.
why-
That's
I
all.
get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you putting 60 hours?
You did your duty.
It is being this version.
I didn't even
ground
know you
up,
played it at all.
rebuilt graphically.
Oh, for the
Okay.
PC.
Played the demo
Yeah.
a
Yes.
ton.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Oh man.
Got it.
I'm probably getting a new PC for that game.
Dang.
This comes to us from Randy Verschuren.
Verschuren.
Verschuren. Gotta hit a D on that R. Did you guys know that the Sega Master System still sells over 150,000 units each year, mainly in Brazil? Meaning Sega is still in the console game, sort of.
I like that.
Kinda cool, right?
That's a good outlook.
Brazil.
Yes.
That's it. Kind of cool,
Still
right?
competing.
Yeah.
There we go.
So
There's a hope.
I had to Google this to make sure it's true, and it is. Like,
Okay.
Brazil loves the Sega Genesis, which is what we call it here.
Loves
Yeah.
Brazil.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Love
I
it.
think,
Wait.
place.
Whoa.
What?
The Master System.
Is the
Master
Mega
System-
Drive is
the
Genesis.
Mega Drive.
Master System is. You're right.
Correct. The,
So-
the Master System is the Famicom. Is that gen. It's
Yes, that's even crazy.
I didn't even know that console existed. So I went to my friend
Yeah.
Jeff's house, and I was like, "What?
You're right.
Like,
That's even nuttier. Yeah.
this
Whoa.
pre-Genesis. What am I
Yeah.
looking at right
Yeah, I
now?"
was so confused as a kid when I saw that. I was like, what?
And the boxes were the checker marks. Yeah. So I guess it's hugely nostalgia, and I guess in Brazil, like it was really well supported at the time when it first came out, and I guess like the support dropped, and so everybody still had these Master Systems, and apparently they've like been. There has some studios that have been making Master System games
Whoa.
in the interim. Yeah, just interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, sometimes you just want
I
to
want to
send
make
it.
a Master System game.
Yeah, let's do it, dude.
It's a Kickstarter for that thing to make NES games. Yeah. On
Oh,
actual
like a-
NES carts.
Yeah, those are yeah, it's cool. So yeah, if you want to send in things that are just neat facts, go ahead.
Yeah.
wow.
Let's do one more. Hey, allies. With the RTS genre doing well with games like Banished, Civilization 6, and Tropico 6 in the near future, if you got to make an RTS game, what would you make, and what makes it different from the rest of them? Thanks, love and respect, Brandon Briggs. And Joes, before you start, I want to kind of like shape the conversation a little bit because we don't play a lot of RTS games. This panel right here.
I play.
I was
do you
gonna say
play?
like this question, like I don't feel like I can contribute anything. To
So
this
that's why-
question,
Total
yeah.
War big guy.
Yeah.
You played Total War?
Total loves Total War.
And StarCraft.
That's really cool because like Total War 3 Kingdoms was announced recently and it was had a huge CG trailer and it just kind of washed over me, man. I just feel it's like niche, you know what I mean? It feels like it's not a huge crowd.
Warhammer had a big
It
year.
comes and
Yeah.
goes in my life.
Yeah, and so I want to talk about why we don't play that, Damiani. So I think your opinion is
RTS
great.
games are too hard for me.
So then what
still
kind of
never played
what kind of
Too much
RTS
stuff
Legacy.
to keep track of.
StarCraft, Legacy of the Void.
Oh yeah. Oh.
There's too much stuff.
Played it.
So if there's too much stuff, what kind of RTS
I
game?
tried playing StarCraft. I tried playing StarCraft 2. This is like
dude.
I'm like sorry.
I got it.
I can't do this.
I got
was
it.
like, I'm
All right,
out.
Jones
Got it,
has some.
Damiani. I
Jones
got
has
it.
it. Jones
Mouse
has
and
it.
keyboard stuff can't do it either. You cannot be mouse.
Because
and
they made
keyboard.
one of what they did, but they did the dumb move, which was they put it way back in the day. But Game of Thrones, baby, you start from the beginning of book 1 and take it wherever you want to take it. You want to wipe those Lannisters out right now? Go do it.
An RTS, but what are they heroes? Are they hero units?
Yeah, you got the hero classes, and you got all the different houses. You can build up any house you want. So you can just be like, Tyrell, we're winning the day, baby. And you like New Game Plus, for crazy. You just go back to the beginning and like, all right, I'll do Starks now. You can marry people off, which I think you could do in the, because like the RTS they had was like Targaryen era, and it was based on the books, so it was based on the show. But I remember that being one part of it, that you could like groom someone to like wed someone from another house. And then
Okay.
join with them. Be cool to like join with
Like
another
their
house and,
attractiveness stats? Is that
Kind of
what
like
you mean? Like
Civilization, where you're setting up these like uneasy alliances and like
Yeah.
you just like
Said they left Age of Empires off that list. That comes out like next month or this month even.
It's an expansion, right?
No,
This is what was confusing to
remaster.
me.
Age of
Oh,
Empires
Age of
remaster.
Empires for remaster.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
In,
They had
uh,
the PC.
And currently there's a mod for Age of Empires 3 that is either done or they're working on right now. Full Lord of the Rings conversion, Jones.
Whoa.
Full
This is yours? This is what you want?
Age of Empires 3. No, they're doing it right now.
That's a real thing that's happening?
yeah, they're doing it like.
Is it a mod or is
I
this?
think it's a mod.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay.
Full Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, even that got two
Yeah.
pretty good RTSs, Battle for Middle-earth.
Two of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are the Star Wars ones? I was always curious about those.
I
They were
liked
pretty
that
good. Empire
one.
War was good.
Yeah,
Empire War's the
Empire War
best.
was
Really?
sick.
And the craziest thing about it's not Galactic. There's Galactic Battlegrounds, which I got obsessed. I got addicted to that when I was working on the retro, because that was Age of Empires engine.
Yeah.
And it was just like it was prequels, but it's like cool to have a little tiny Darth Maul like running around beating people up. And then there was one before that, Force Commander. And the crazy thing about Force Commander is they'd like techno all the soundtrack. So it's like the Empire March, like turner, It's crazy. It's really bizarre. But for the retro, it's super fun. I was like, oh, I'm gonna cut the hell out of this music. This is great. And then there was a strategy game that wasn't like an RTS, but I do not remember the name of. I did not know what I was doing when I was playing that.
Damiani, your ideal RTS involves a controller.
Halo Wars.
The most really RTS type games I've played were the Battalion Wars, the Advance Wars, GameCube, and Wii one.
Yep. Right, because that one isn't turn-based like Advance Wars. That one's actually like
it's all real time, and like you micro and macro management in there. So, but it's not quite as like intense. It's mostly that you got to manage a lot of units to accomplish a task. Yeah. And enemies keep evolving. There's not really resource management. It's just straight up managing a lot of different units in real time. And Final Fantasy 12 Revenant Wings.
On the game
DS.
DS. Jones, you know this too, dude?
Yeah.
Did you play it?
No, I just remember they had the little chibi version.
I was always curious about it because it takes place after Final Fantasy 12.
It's a direct sequel.
Yeah.
It takes place literally right after the game.
Bummer, dude. I want to see that.
I know, man.
I want access to that.
Get through 12.
I was thinking the closest I get to RTS is Pikmin. That's as near as I get.
Counts.
Yeah.
Count it.
And so I think my game's kind of like that.
You play
StarCraft?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, kind of.
You play.
But like we're talking about my ideal RTS, we're going to lean heavier on that aspect. Like I want to care about each and every little unit.
Yeah.
So I think they have to be little cuties, but they have to be little cuties who can also kill.
Yeah.
That's an important aspect.
Yeah. I just love Warcraft 3 hero units. Like somehow bring that back.
That's in your ideal RTS?
Yeah, like you care about all your characters, but like caring about the hero unit I think is also really cool because it's like you can kind of like sacrifice your army and like that brings a whole nother layer to it.
Wait, what do you mean sacrifice your army?
Just like, you know, you're pinned down, you send your army in and you get your hero out of there. So
I see what you mean. They're like giving him cover.
Yeah.
Wow, surrendering their lives so the hero can live.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
Miss it.
It's still there, man.
There's this super popular early access RTS is out right now that has caught my eye, but I just have not been able to get to it. And
Give it a plug.
I won't be able to get to it. I think it's called There Are Billions or Billions.
Yes.
It's that zombie one where it's a steampunk zombie RTS, Jones, where you have to defend your city against hordes of zombies and monsters. It looks really fun. It's like top of the Steam charts and Twitch.
I think it's called They Are Billions.
They Are Billions.
Go on.
Yeah, Jones, I think you'd be into that.
Yeah.
Because it's actually, when I talk about something
really
that's visually
cool. striking
in a trailer, this actually pulls it off because of its scale. Because of how many different little zombies are present on the map and how scary it looks. I think this trailer actually does speak to you in a way that many trailers can't.
All right.
Give it a shot, Jones. Give it a look. Yeah, cool. Yeah. I mean, it's weird. It's a definitely weird genre that is successful. I said niche. It's nichey, but like Total War games are huge. Warhammer games are huge. Civilization's huge. Age of Empires may be huge, you know? And so it's weird. They're very successful. They do well. And I don't know.
It just feels like one of those things that's so hard to reinvent. You know, the RTS genre, like...
Oh, you're always like dragging with your mouse and clicking and telling people what to do? Sure.
You know, I even think of the StarCraft 2, after Legacy of the Void, they had DLC campaigns, and the first one was Nova, and in it, you can really see Blizzard trying to mix it up with different mechanics and like really tell a story, like not with a cutscene, like tell a story while you're playing it.
Yeah.
And it just didn't hit it for me.
A weird thing to me is it's hard from the distance.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
so far
There's
away
a
from these
disconnect.
characters. Yeah. So we have to have a first-person mode in our RTS.
Maybe you start as a hero. Like I think of Urban Strike. You guys ever play the Jungle Strike or Desert Strike?
Wait, those are helicopter games,
yeah,
right?
In Urban Strike, it was like the third one. It was a helicopter game, but they made it so you could land in a base,
nice,
go out, and then it was like Contra shooting style. So what if we had an RTS something like that where it was you go to a point to capture it and you like boots on the ground, go in, and then it's like a full-on shooter.
Do we have little cuties?
Sure. You care about your people.
Yes.
The little cuties go in, take the base, you go out, and then it's like full macro.
Great.
Crazy.
I like that.
Yeah.
Good trailer. All right, thank you for sending those in to Love and Respect. It is now time for bets. We are talking about Dynasty Warriors 9 this week. Let me get the release date. It is coming out, next Tuesday, February 13th. Without doing research, we had to guess how many separate DLC items will be available on that day, on that Tuesday, February 13th.
Is it too late to change my bet?
It is absolutely too late.
Okay.
Brandon Jones.
My bet's 4, but I think it might be 6.
Michael Huber.
I wanted to go even higher.
Yeah.
I said 15.
You wanted to change that to a higher bet.
I wanted to change it to 20.
I think you're safe with the high bet there. We'll see. Michael Damiani, what is your bet? 17!
Got it.
You're on the same team, though. You're on the same team.
Got the over.
And my bet is 9.
I got the under.
Okay.
Let me lock those in. Jones, you're feeling good about the low bet, aren't you? Because we don't know. It could have nothing.
Yeah.
It could have no DLC.
Right at launch.
Yeah.
All those alt costumes.
All those alt costumes.
Yeah.
The like 10 different currency packs. The like buy 10 wood, buy 50 wood, buy one.
Yeah.
And these have to be available via not in the game, but like in the store. Like
in the store, right? We're gonna go to its page on the PlayStation Store and see what's on it. And you got me thinking about like Tecmo Koei, the way they like monetize Dead or Alive. They go nuts on it.
How,
Yes.
You're going through that PlayStation Store
Every week.
Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive.
There's like 70 costumes.
And they all get their own stupid square.
Yes.
It's just like, come on. Last week's bet was about Shadow of the Colossus, which released today, Tuesday, February 6th. At this point, what will the trophy percentage be for the Mammoth? Defeat the second Colossus. Brandon Jones, you bet 30%. Bloodworth bet 27%. Ben bet 23%. I had the low with 22.3%. And the actual number, we didn't write it down. It was a 74%, 74 point something. It's a lot of people got that second Colossus already.
Last night.
Yeah, I guess people just play it midnight and 9 p.m. the night before now. Release dates just aren't a thing that way. Mm-hmm. But also they played it enough to get to the second Colossus, which I was impressed by. I was betting against that.
It's an hour, 10 minutes. Come on.
I think a lot of people play for a half hour and put it down. That's my guess.
Third or fourth Colossus, I think, is when people usually
give up.
Tune up.
What is the second one? What is the Mammoth?
Second one is one on the beach, right across the bridge. It's like the kind of like ox-looking.
Yeah.
It's on four legs.
That's a good one.
And you gotta like knock it over by shooting its hoofs under its hoofs.
Hoofs.
It's feet.
Hoof.
So I think hoofs is German and British, and hooves is like North American. Hooves. Hoofs.
I think I say hoof.
You say hoofs?
Or who?
You have one hoof and two hooves.
I don't know what I say, man.
But like hoofs isn't incorrect.
Horseshoe.
So let us know. Brandon Jones, you won that. Bringing. Let's do our totals. Actually, I don't even have those written down. But we remember them. The Red Grouse is now at 2 points. The Gorgeous Gorillas, 1 point. And the Droopy Eagle, 2 points. Jones, the first week I announced that we're splitting, there was a lot of concern in the comments. Mm-hmm. There were a lot of people who were like, it's not fair now. Like, the teams were even a little bit before. It's not fair. It's not going to be fun to watch because Jones and Kyle are going to get steamrolled.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
What's the score again?
2-2-1. It's still very early.
He has one or we have one?
You have one.
We're in dead last.
Yes, but by 1 point.
Dead last.
But yeah, I don't... Jones, I honestly think... I'm getting the feeling we might be able to compete for the entire year.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we both won't need Don by Law. Maybe one of us will at one point, but I don't think both of us will. I think we're going to be in this.
Slumps are going to happen, though.
Yeah, the slumps come.
The dark
A
days
full
of
month
summer.
slump is going to hurt whenever that happens.
Full month slump.
If I just like miss out on March, I'm like happy about a lot of other things, but just like every time I start the podcast, like, what's my score?
Oh, the slump. Let me tell you a little bit about patreon.com/easyallies because this podcast you're listening to is supported through this very Patreon. We are the Easy Allies, and we do more than this podcast. We do reviews. There are 9 of us. We do previews. We do silly shows. We do serious shows. We do live streams, a lot of live streams. And yeah, we do many, many things. And so patreon.com/easyallies is how we do all those things. It's how we're funded. Mm-hmm. And so if you are curious how any of that works, the kinds of things we do, and how you can support us, check that out at patreon.com/easyallies. The third time I said the URL. That's what you got to do. 3 times in 30 seconds. Michael Damiani, so you already told us, you admitted that you failed on your goal to not stare at the ceiling. What are you looking for up there, man?
Anytime I take a drink,
Yeah.
I do anything like that. Looking up.
Why, though?
Because I drink a drink.
Michael
how it
Huber,
works.
I believe that you failed to convince anyone to play Monster Hunter World, but let's just check in.
There wasn't a good time to bring it up. I was looking for that moment.
Yeah.
Just play with me, man.
All right. So,
Play with us.
Damiani, will you do weekly hunts this Sunday?
I can't. Doing my taxes Sunday.
Brandon Jones, will you do weekly hunts this Sunday?
Not this Sunday, but the game is on my PS4 installed, ready to go. So.
We'll take that.
Yes.
We'll take that. That's close.
I didn't just buy it and install it though, since the beginning of this podcast.
I didn't know it was even on your radar.
Yeah, Jones, so you bought the game?
Yeah. The only reason I didn't jump into the deep end was because you already had 4, and so I was like, oh, okay, I can wait a little bit. I have a little bit of time before some crazy DLC comes out, and it's like, okay, I gotta jump in.
You're gonna love that
of
game.
course I'm
Jones.
gonna play that game.
You're
Of
gonna
course I'm
love
play
that game. That's such a Jones game.
Yes.
The character creator, I'm gonna spend all night on that thing. Making my own cat. Come on.
I feel like some games we always joke about how the ship leaves the dock or whatever just so quickly. It's like, oh, I missed that boat. You know, it's old news now. Monster Hunter World, the DLC plans of just like releasing new monsters. This game is going to be going
I'm excited.
all year.
Yeah, I think so.
And it reminds me of Fortnite in that I don't need to beat that game. I don't, I just kind of want to run in and have a good time, get my character ready enough that I can join friends for fun stuff.
Yes.
You know what? It is worth noting, we should have done it at a different time. Monster Hunter World is blowing up.
Zeitgeist.
The sales-wise, too.
Huge.
Yeah. And I think that's really cool that it's getting this worldwide audience. And like 3 weeks ago, we were talking about Dragon Ball FighterZ versus Monster Hunter World on the same day. We're like, Dragon Ball's got it, baby. DBZ always wins. And actually, I think Monster Hunter World may have sold more.
Yep.
It's pretty crazy.
Seeing a lot of Destiny players jumping ship.
The way you said that.
So many articles
ship.
this last week of
Really?
see you later, Destiny, and like Monster Hunter's a new Destiny, and
Yeah.
like what Destiny can learn from Monster Hunter. Just
Wow.
those living what are they called? Lifestyle games.
Yes. How do I spend money on How do I spend money on microtransactions in Monster Hunter World?
You don't.
You don't.
You don't.
You
Whoa.
don't.
Yep.
Lesson number 1, Destiny 2.
Yep.
Lesson number 1, 0 engrams. Brandon Jones, a keen-eyed viewer may have noticed you did a few sneeze laughs, but I think they were pretty inconspicuous.
Thanks. I practiced.
Yeah, they were really good, dude. And then I was very polite. I did not ever talk about the Patriots losing this week.
You did well.
I did well. Brandon Jones, since you won the bet this week, you get the right and responsibility to share your Twitter handle with the world. You get to promote any Easy Allies video you would like to promote. You get the final word on anything you've disagreed with, simply want to reiterate, or something you just thought of right now. And you get to sign off with your trademark sign-off. Take it
Thanks,
away,
Kyle.
Jones. Yep.
You can follow me at Trailer Jones. You need to watch this man's. I'm holding onto and shaking back and forth, Mr. Michael Huber, who reviewed PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. And Huber, if I got a project like that, I know myself. If I got a project like that we were past the launch of the game, and this was something that we feel it's responsible that we review PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Like, this is a huge game. We don't want to overlook this. It might take a little while to get to that review. I would never finish that project. Because I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, like, when do I stop? And like it's a tricky game to know when to finish. And I loved your take on it. I loved just the script. Awesome. And I have not watched the edit yet, but apparently Ian put together a pretty funny video. So
Yes, he did.
go check that out.
Huber's take. I'm curious now.
Huber's take
Yeah.
on PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. We will get a trailer for something else Final Fantasy 15 before we get a trailer for Final Fantasy 16. Cheers. I am enjoying these microtransactions.